going back to Grave of the Fireflies here, is I like how the film takes its time. And what I'm talking about is like the shots, the purpose of them, or the not really a purpose of them. We get shots that aren't really important, but are used to bring character and flavor to the world. The example I have is we get shots of Saita cleaning his dishes, a shot of Saita putting money into his bag, as well as the shot of the ants in the hole that Satsuko is playing with. These are just little touches that you'll see in all Ghibli films, where it's modern day things animated extremely well and it's beautiful. But I like how, especially with this first film, along with Totoro as well, has the same characteristics in terms of animation and shot design. But shot design, also known as cinematography, excuse me. I like how it does that. And to see it in a very dark movie also makes me appreciate the life more because, well, of the inevitable life that's lost. So that's all I really have to say about Grave of the Fireflies. I was trying to poke holes in this film, especially with the choice the kid makes. But I feel like whatever holes people try to point in this film are kind of not for naught because it's so well made and put together. I don't know. What do you think, David?
I would tend to agree. It's like you could criticize anything you wanted about this film, but anything you could think of to criticize is an intentional choice by the filmmaker to convey a certain thing or convey a certain emotion or what have you. So it's like there's no point in criticize. Like you could probably come up with things you don't like about this movie, but to call those critiques of the film would not be. I wouldn't consider things that you don't like about this movie to be legitimate criticisms of the film. There's no accounting for taste. And somebody may not like this film because it's so depressing. In fact, a lot of people probably wouldn't like this film because it's so depressing.
Yep.
But the fact that it is so depressing is kind of the point of the movie. So you can't say it's sad as a way of poking a hole in the movie and saying that's a bad part of this film. They did that wrong. No, they very much did it right. It just so happens that it doesn't line up with your particular taste for how much sadness a movie should have. So that's one of those things. It's like, personal preference is going to be like personal preference. Like you may not enjoy this movie as much as we did, but there's no denying that this film is an absolute masterwork.
Two more things really quickly. One is you can make an argument of, oh, well, when they move out of the aunt's house and they move along the road, why did a police officer or somebody from the military found them and took them out? Because they were homeless, basically. It's like, well, this is World War II Japan in the waning days of, Nagasaki and
Hiroshima.
Thank you. Being bombarded by nuclear weapons. Japan wasn't in a strong spot. Yes, you see that example in this corner of the world where they, take her and question her because of the drawings. But that's in a main city that has a port where the military's based in. We're talking about other parts of the country in Japan and other country towns. So I don't think it's a very valid point as well in terms of realistic portrayal of that time. Number two is I'm sure if I had children, I would be much more disturbed by this film. But even if I had kids, I would be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to show them to this until they're much older. But I'm sure I would have a stronger reaction to this if I did have children, because that does change people. But honestly, I kind of don't believe that, honestly. Like, again, I haven't cried at any movie really, except for like maybe one in my life. And even if I had kids, I feel like maybe, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, child endangerment is child endangerment and child death is child death. But I don't know. I'm not there in my life, I guess. So.